Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Breaker 2 Extra, and this weekend there's only going to be one episode because I have some stuff I have to do around the house, but we are going to take a look at the Rozen Zulu, which it was requested a while back. I really don't know much about it, except that it is, I believe, a new type use mobile suit because it has an incom. Of course, incoms I think can be used by non-new types, but anyway, let's go through and I'll show you everything it's got. Its basic weapon is a claw. I believe there's an EX action for that, but I've never actually used any claw-type weapon, so it's the only EX action besides some of the buffs that I have not developed, so I may come back and try it again, or try something else like the Agai or the Zagok once I've, gotten the claw EX made, but it's a decent mobile suit. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Um, it has a bunch of built-in skills which give it a capacity bonus, a lot of attack, thruster capacity, movement, things like that. And of course, I've got Treasure Hunter on it, so plus 3 item drops. And I've got the feed forward module, and its shield, which is a very interesting piece of kit, has auto guard built in, so I'll have to be careful with that. As you've seen before, auto guard can kind of leave you locked down and get you hurt. It has two different special built-in weapons. One is called the Psycho Jammer, which I'm not sure what it does. I did a little bit of looking up. I think it actually interferes with Psycho Frame equipped mobile suits, and it has a 3-barreled megaparticle cannon on incom, which I think is the shield itself. I've got it set up with armor repair, mirage shot, since it does have that same 3-barrel cannon built into its shield, which is an equipable weapon once you've got the shield equipped. And boost tackle, just because I don't want to, use the kick on everything. So it won't let me use like martial arts type EXs for this, because there are a couple of generic ones for barehanded brawling is closer to what it's for. It's not like the specific martial arts move set. It's not the barehanded move set either, because I can't use those. So claws are, as I said, their own thing. Modules, the feed forward module, and treasure hunters. So let's take a look. I think I'm playing late enough in the day that the new DLC will be here. Possibly not. So okay, yeah, looking like no, so I'm playing a little bit too early in the evening, so we're going to try... I'm going to pick a random stage that I think I can do something interesting with. Something in Frontier 1, maybe. Let's go with a multi-defense. A 5-star multi-defense should be well within my capabilities without being, too bad on something. I've got it up to level 10 and upgraded most of its skills, but if this ends up being like too simple and too easy, I will record 2 stages with it for today. But yeah, I'm recording early today because I've got some stuff to do over the weekend, like I said, and also Istvan82 has a really nasty cold, and I wanted to make sure I got this done while I was capable of talking as long as I needed to. I have to admit, the Rosen Zulu is kind of, it's right on the threshold of, too silly for UC, at least in my opinion, with its, rose backpack and rose-shaped head. Of course, I'm probably being too persnickety about a universe that contains the Zacrello. What can I say? Okay, the Psycho Jammer. Okay, I've had that thing used on me a lot. It's annoying. And it does seem to keep things still, which is nice. Okay, the claws are really efficient, so let's try this. Okay. Okay, really? Okay, yeah. That remote weapon does seem to be the shield, because I can't use my beam gun when it's out there, so... But I can use it now. Okay, I could use a little healing. Okay, let's send that out and see if I'm right about that. Yeah. The one thing claws seem to have going for them is that they seem to be based around the idea of a very wide swing that kind of hits everything around you, which, not breaking my heart. Could I collect that? Thank you. That's weird. I've never walked straight through something and not collected it before. Can I send all my remote weapons out at once? Looks like I can. Cool. There's those guys. Okay. Okay, so with claw mobile suits... yeah, you get a bunch of little swipes, which are fairly effective, all considered. Or with the charge button, you get a bunch of diving and flipping attacks. I'm trying to figure out the context of each. Looks like you get the twirl after you have gotten a couple of swipes out. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like it's more in the Dynasty Warriors mold, and what you get depends on what attacks you have used so far. Also, if you hold triangle, you will just charge the enemy, apparently, so... and he just managed to go right past my, my various defenses, so... well, I'm not sure what that was you knocked off of me. One of my arms, it looks like, but... I'll just stand here and stab you. Oh yeah, I can't... okay, Mirage Shot / Spectral Shot, kind of a problem with this build, because... I don't think I can use it while my incoms are out. yeah, I cannot, so... it's, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's an EX you can use with the default skills of the mobile suit, but it's also one that kind of puts you at a bad disadvantage if you try and use it while you're using your various remote things. So, you know, something to keep in mind. I'll Psycho Jam that. I don't know if it does damage or not, but why not? And I'll send the incoms after that. Okay, yeah, so it's got, like, Zeong-style incoms, except with claws. Okay. Here, I'll jam you, or you, or... I have a feeling that one, twirl. 2, 3, twirl. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, yeah. Still getting the hang of the claws, but... I'll probably want to use them again in the future. Well, I do have some other claw-based mobile suits on my request list. Agai, I think I have a Zagok. Let's send that over and switch to the incomes. Thank you. However, Boost Tackle seems like it's actually a pretty good choice for this because it is not in any way dependent on the number of arms you have equipped at the moment. Okay. Oh, you dodged. Impolite. Impolite. And I sent out my incom, so I cannot. But yeah, for those who don't know the Universal Century terminology, an incom is a wire-guided system that I believe does not necessarily require a new type to operate. Funnels and bits are both types of weapons that do require a new type to run them, but have no wires. Interesting thing being that generally, while incoms are kind of limited and restricted, of course, by what you can do with the wires, new types often have trouble sensing them because you don't have the Psychomu system transmitting thoughts across open space. So it tends to, you know, they both have their advantages and disadvantages based on who you're fighting. And of course, none of that applies to Gundam Breaker, but that's just, you know, that's just the lore. Yay, beams. Now let's get back over there. Well, it can run and gun, which is a skill I want something to get in Gundam Battle Operation eventually, for real. Kind of gave up on getting the gym custom in that just because getting points has gotten harder. They've made it so that if you just sit still in a green room, you don't get as many rewards, which I understand they have reasons to do that, but maybe it would be smarter to not make the base game kind of frustrating to play sometimes. I mean, just seems to me that would be the smart solution, you know. If you have to force people to play your game, the game that needs fixed. Full stop. I need my other arm because it has the shield on it. There we go. And now I can Spectral Shot. And totally missed the guy. I should have just Gaiosed, and now I will. Didn't dodge that one, did you? Okay, AB, they're all alive for now. Oh, it's a Banshee. Let's get in there close. Sword, 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 gun, tackle. Okay, yeah, we're doing okay. You know, I'm still not 100% conversant on claw mechanics, but actually remembering what weapons I should and shouldn't use if I want to be able to use my EX actions has been a lot more of an issue. So, okay, that's interesting. Standard claw attacks do not track in the way that mid-air attacks tend to track, I don't think, unless I was doing it wrong, which... yeah, they just don't. If you want to track something with your attacks, you have to use... the triangle attack to dive in on them. So let's do that. You also have to release the button, which makes me wonder if it's an attack that charges. I think I'll try that right now. No, that time it didn't. I just dove for it. Ah, we've got an ace. Let me try it again to see what happens. Heal up, guys. And it is High New Gundam and High New Gundam. Hi, guys. Well, let's Intcom you. And Psycho Jammer too. Okay, Psycho Jammer for the win. Got one. Okay, so there's the other High New. Let's see what happens when I hold triangle. I go dashing for it, and come to a skidding halt right in front of it where it can attack me, so not my best move. Okay, here's another thing, just so you know, about the about using the incoms with this. You also cannot use any slash-based attacks like Arbiter Breaker, your big finish in burst mode. And thanks to this week's Gundam Build Fighters Try, I know it is called burst mode now, because that is basically, as far as I can tell, what used to be called Gaios mode is supposed to be the same thing that Build Burning Gundam and Transient Gundam and that other Gundam that Sakai's old rival used were all do. So yeah, so they're using Gaios in the tournament essentially. Okay, so we got some parts we didn't have before. High grade Dryson head. Danons on torso we've had forever. Zaku arms we've had basically forever, and legs with the missile pods. High new legs. Got two sets of those. We had high grade Dryson legs, unicorn version of course. 38. That is Build Breaker rank 38. I just saw random 38 and thought I'd say it out loud like a genius. But Danon's on legs 2, don't need. Gym 3 backpack, which, as you can see if you've never seen before, is just about totally identical to a Gundam Mark II's backpack. I wonder if you could outfit one with a G Defensor. That'd be cool. Sadly, the G Defensor's not in this game. I'd love to see that, but High New Gundam backpack, which we had, and lastly the Donzon's backpack. So not bad, all told. I did, thanks to a tip from a viewer, I managed to find the sell screen, which, if you look at the annotations on my tutorial from Thursday, you will get see where to find that. And I sold off some of the things I had 999 of, because obviously I'm not using them, which is why I have so much money now. Also, CAD chips for things I had, 17,000 CAD chips for. So, plastics that are not just, sitting at 999 forever at least. And some plastics I needed more of. Carbon, Gundarium Base H, which, not super important but nice to have. Lance Base H2. The Shiranui and Unryu HCAD chip, that's again to make Susanoo's swords. Gatling Gun Base M1. Long Rifle Mastery Converter, you can even sell those. And Ability Patch 1, I used most of mine, and I was wrong, it's not battery, it's patch. I couldn't tell. Quick katakana lesson. If you look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th symbol in the title there, that is Pa. Pa is basically a modified version of Ha. Ha looks like that without the little circle in the top right corner. Ba has little quotation marks in the top right corner, which at this size on my screen are totally impossible to tell apart from the little circle. So I thought it was like short for battery. But no, it is ability patch. So, presumably you are patching the system to upgrade your mobile suit's capabilities. So I need as many of those as I can get. I use them a lot. And of course I had the machine gun optimizer already because I'd already done this stage. But that is gonna do it for this weekend's Gundam Breaker 2 Extra. We will be back soon with more. If you don't see me on Monday, assume I've got a cold, but I will be back with you as soon as I can. And until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.